I'm going to put the hinges on now. These are just TPU hinges. They're flexible filament. I've just printed these. Now these will go in the centre of the slot. The slot has to be printed that way. It won't print unless you print a bigger slot like that. So just going to put a dab on each side. Drop it in there. I don't want any excess. I don't want too much of a build up in there. In the centre of the slot. And then put the other one somewhere. Okay. Okay. Top. There's a couple of little ridges there that just build out the, so you can't push the hinge too far in, so allow it to move. And again, what I'm going to do is just put a dab of glue on each side of each hinge, slide it into the slots, and so there is a, just make sure it's level at the end. There we go. So there are a couple of little nibs there that just stop it from going in too far, but you can just move the hinge just to make sure you've got enough movement. I've left that sticking over a little bit because there will be an end cap on there which will stick out a little bit. And the same with this one. And again, I'm just going to move that down a bit, Right, we'll try and wipe off any excess in there. So we're in the builder. Oop. Once again, I'll just move it backwards and forwards. The gap is a little bit bigger. So there we have the aileron. Now what I'll do, I'll fit one of the little, not sure what you call them, these things, on each aileron. These little things, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure that I put this on facing out, so I can get to the grub screw, because if I have it facing in, the fin will be in the way, so I won't be able to get to the grub screw. So I'm just going to drill a hole in there. Maybe 2mm for the size of the connector. The holes are there now, and I think maybe we have to make sure this is facing out, so we can get to the end, the grub screw at the end, because if we have it this way, the fins will be in the way and we won't be able to get to the grub screw. I use a nylon nut on the end. I don't know what size they are. M2 maybe? I think it probably is an M2. Just turn it out till it just make sure it spins nice and free. And the same with this one. All I'm doing is just clearing out the holes that are already in there. And once again, if I've got one, there was one. Make sure it's in the facing the outside. Again, a nylon nut. Nip it up, then just back it off, so make sure it spins. It doesn't want to be loose, it just wants to be loose enough so it will spin. Okay, there we have it. Put these in so that they're ready. What I'm going to do, I'm going to tighten them up a little bit more than I need to, so they don't vibrate themselves loose. And it doesn't look like I've got another one. I'm sure I've got some somewhere. just going to nip that up so that it's not going to fall out. And there we have it. Now with the motor pods, I'm not sure what to do, because if I have the wrong motor and these are glued in place, I'm not going to be able to get to them. So I think what I might do, I might glue that in there, and then I think I might screw that one on for the time being, so I can actually take that off if I want to change the motors, if the motor isn't strong enough or whatever. So I think I might just glue that part in, making sure the seam is at the bottom. Making sure the seam is at the bottom. Like that. Not very matters. Just later. And of course, if you need to use a bigger prop, this is actually designed for an 8-inch prop. If you, for instance, needed to use a 9-inch prop, you could make this slightly longer. And I think there's enough room. Yes, there is enough room between the fuselage, but not to the wing, I think. If that is on there like so, we've got with the motor there, there is enough for a if the motor's there, there would be enough for maybe a 9-inch, but definitely an 8-inch prop. Should you need to put a bigger prop, maybe a 9-inch, 10-inch prop, then this piece here could be made longer, which would push the nose out a little bit and allow you to get well, maybe a 10-inch, but definitely a 9-inch prop in there. So I think I'm going to screw this. I'm going to put this on, and then put maybe 3 screws to hold this nacelle in place, to hold the nose into the nacelle. In case I need to change the motor, then I can actually just take this out and change the motor, because the motor is actually fitted with screws from the back. So okay, I've fitted the other little wheel on the back. So nice little wheels on the back, and we now have to cut out this section here. Again, the recess is there for it, because again it can't be printed that way in the spiral. So we need this tube right through for the motor cables, the battery cable and the motor cable to come through there. So I'm going to just cut that out with a scalpel. Again, you can use a hot iron if you want. And there we go, once again we've got, that's where we pass the we're going to have to make a Y lead to feed both of the motors to the one battery. And then we'll set up the differential thrust on the motor. Okay guys, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, see you later, bye.